Hey guys, it's Jenny and Chris here. We wanted to offer you a little bit of training behind how to set up a Facebook ad for our team freemium cookbook. That's what we're calling it. So as you know, we've recently released a 48-page cookbook of recipes that are all tried and true based on the submissions of our own coaches. So that document itself is available to you on our website under the Documents and Resources section. Everybody can use that cookbook for your own personal use. You can also give it out to people. My recommendation is to give it to people in exchange for their information. Give it out to them in exchange for their email address for your newsletter, or in exchange for a challenge pack. So what we're going to talk about specifically today on this video is how to set up a Facebook ad on your Facebook like page utilizing this content, utilizing the cookbook to try to get people to sign up for your newsletter. Or sign up to receive this cookbook. So they're going to give you their email address in exchange to receive that cookbook from you. So obviously you're going to have to keep that file on your computer, and then as you have people enroll in the cookbook, you're going to need to send it to them, probably with a really nice note about, hey, thank you for subscribing to my newsletter. Here's a copy of your free cookbook. So with that, I'm going to have Chris come over here. We're going to show you what we've done. So just as an overall gist, I wanted to let you know that you can do a lot of different things. So you can target different people. You can set it up so that you're just doing this to shoot for more likes on your page. What we chose to do for this particular video was just to set up the ad to try to get people to sign up for the cookbook so that we could have their email addresses. So there's a lot of different options you can choose. We had to choose one. So this is the option that we're giving you. So the first thing we want to show you is the Facebook Power Editor. So where is it at? Internet?
Yeah.
So hang on a second, I need to share my screen so you can see it. Okay. All right, so you should be able to see my screen. So we're gonna go to the Facebook Power Editor. It's really simple. You can just go to google.com and search Power Editor. It can also be found by digging around on your Facebook like page. We just like to go to Google and search Facebook Power Editor. So you're going to pull up your Power Editor. We've kind of already set some things up for this heading into the actual ad creation. So the first thing that I did was I chose a photo that I want to use to promote my ad. For me, I chose a picture of the chicken stuffed peppers. So I have a picture saved on my computer right now called Peppers that I'm going to be using as my photo for the ad. And then what else did we do? Oh, we also created a Google form. Chris created a Google form for us to actually collect that person's information. We chose Google Forms just because it's something we're comfortable with. We've used it before. You can also use Woofoo, woofoo.com, W-U-F-O-O, or you can set up a Facebook form, although there are some sort of parameters around the Facebook form that we're not too certain of right now. We're learning more about that. So as for now, we just decided to go ahead and do a Google form just because it's simple, it's easy. I see Christine Dwyer use it, and so obviously she's successful with it. We'll use it too. So here we go.
All right, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to create a campaign, and we already have some campaigns created, so we're going to use an existing one. And we're going to click there and go, I think it's called Website Track. And so when you are creating a campaign, basically it's a way of organizing all of your ads, basically breaking it down by what action you want to happen. So if you want website tracks or hits, which is what we're trying to do. We're trying to send them to the Google form. We're going to put them all together into one folder. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to want to create an ad set. So we're going to create that.
Create a new one?
Create a new one.
We're going to create a new ad set. And we're going to just call it what?
We're going to title it the audience that we're targeting. And so for us, we're doing a lookalike audience.
So I'm just going to interrupt real quick to tell you what lookalike audience means. We've utilized my Beachbody monthly newsletter contact list in MailChimp, which is a compilation of all of my customers that have ever ordered from me and all of my coaches. So we're creating a lookalike audience based off of those already housed email addresses.
So what that does is when you upload it into the Power Editor, it goes and tries to see if they're online on Facebook. And it looks at their demographics, and then it will create a lookalike audience based on their likes and their interests. So hopefully getting a person that is most likely to be your customer.
Yep. And then we're going to create a new ad.
Create a new ad. And,
we're calling this Freemium Cookbook.
Yep.
Just so that it's just for your own organization purposes. It doesn't appear to the audience. Okay, so let me click create.
So let me go back here.
Tell them what you're doing.
So we're going to go back to the campaign because that'll be the first thing that shows up.
So he clicked on, you're going too fast.
Go to edit. I just want to make sure they see everything. So when you go to your campaign, if you've just created your first campaign, it'll come up with an objective. And that is where you can select between likes to a page, comments, views, and all of the different options to run the ad for. The second thing you'll see is buying type. And from what I've read and researched, you always want to pick auction. And so that'll get you the lowest ad price possible.
So the reason why we've selected our objective to be clicks to the website is because obviously we want people to click to our Google form and enroll in the cookbook.
Yep.
Okay. So, so let's go to where we were going next.
So then you click to website track.
We're clicking on website track on the upper left under campaigns.
And then it will pull up all of our different ad sets if you have them. But what we're going to go to is our lookalike audience one, which is the first one that shows up. And this is where you set your budget, when does the ad run, and what is your audience? Who are you trying to target?
So we're going to set a daily budget of less than $20.
$5 is the minimum that you can do per day.
So let's say we'll do it for $5 a day. And I'd like to run it. We want to always run an ad for at least 5 days. All of the Facebook gurus say that the longer you run the ad, the better, because that means the more people are seeing it. So if you only run an ad for a day, you're kind of just shooting yourself in the foot because you're not getting very good visibility on it. So do you want to add to that?
Yeah, from what I understand on the Facebook ads, they will use, like if you say $5 is my budget, they will use all of that $5 on the first day to see what kind of traction they can get. So you're not going to get really good quality leads if you just run it for one day, because they're going to try to show it to everybody who might like it. And then from the days on, they're going to kind of narrow down the funnel for who did like it on the future days.
Yeah. So we've selected to go ahead and start it today, and we want to run it. We're going to end.
Did Monday. That's what I've done.
Click this.
Click that. Click
we're going to end it on, we're going to go at least 5 days. So we're going to go a week. So we're going to end it next Monday, the 25th at
5 a.m.
That's fine. 5 a.m., whatever. It's at least a week, almost a week. Okay. So then we're going to select our audience.
Broad newsletter audience.
So we're going to select broad newsletter lookalike audience. This is the lookalike audience that we've already created that we mentioned to you before. If you simply search or listen to podcasts about lookalike audiences, you can get some step-by-step instructions on how to do that, how to import your MailChimp newsletter list to create a lookalike audience. But ours is already created, so we're going to select broad newsletter lookalike, which you can see targets women age 30 to 55 with a primary language of English. So we select that.
And if you want to make any other adjustments to your audience, you can. If you want to narrow it down more.
Yeah, so it doesn't. So this is going to make this is just our lookalike audience. But if I wanted to make it even more narrow, I could say people who are interested in fitness and wellness, people who are interested in Lululemon. I could narrow it down even more if I want to, but I don't want to, because what I'm learning from friends of mine is that the more people you can target, the better, at least starting out. So I do not want to show my ads on Instagram. Go ahead. So we're going to uncheck the Instagram box. I don't want to show it on the right-hand column just because I don't know about you guys. I always get annoyed when I see stuff on the right-hand column. I never select it myself. And it sucks some of my money budget, my ad budget, to actually run it on the right-hand column when I could be putting that $5 a day toward the main newsfeed. So I'm going to deselect the desktop right column as well. So that means that it's going to show up on their phones. It's going to show up on their desktop newsfeed as well. So next up, we're set. Yeah, okay. We're good to go. So next up, we're going to select what is this?
Yep.
This is what I'm clicking on?
Yep.
I don't know what it's called. Okay. Ads, it says.
So now we're brought to the specific ad, what's going to show up in your news feed. and where you write your copy and add all your pictures and whatnot from there. So
yeah, so as you add stuff in here, it's going to populate what your ad looks like on the right. It's pretty cool. So as I start to type in words and upload photos, you're going to see the ad come to life over on the right-hand side. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to select, since I have multiple Facebook pages, I'm going to select my personal page, which is my Jenny Swisher Facebook page. Then I'm going to say I want to create an ad with an image, which is already selected. And then I think I have to go all the way.
Yep,
oh, no.
there.
Okay. Enter the URL that you'd like to use. So like I told you, we've already set up our Google form for our cookbook registration. And just as an FYI, that form literally just asks for their name and email address. We kept it really simple, really easy. So we've copied it. Now we're going to paste it into the website URL form. You can see how it pops up over here. Then I'm going to include some text, which appears sort of as like a subheadline that says, yeah, this is the important copy. So you guys might remember me referencing podcast number 182 from the Smart Passive Income podcast. It's a great one for understanding what to say with your copy. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet, and I'm going to say, for healthy, family-friendly recipes, register here for my free cookbook. Nice and simple. Okay.
Change that.
Yeah, I do want to change that. So I don't like how it says free cookbook registration. That's just what we named the form. So if I want to change that, I can change it here by entering a headline. So I'm going to say, register here for my free cookbook.
Yep.
Trying to decide if I want to call it a healthy cookbook or not. We'll leave it there for now. I might end up adjusting that language depending on how the ad does. Okay, next up,
Select an image.
we're going to select my image, which I've already saved it as peppers. So I'm going to upload that image. My computer's slow when I'm on Zoom. There's my image. It's gonna upload. I'm gonna confirm that I want that photo.
You want to have a call to action button.
Yeah, I want to include a call to action button that says sign up, because that makes the most sense based on what I'm offering. And I think that's it.
At the bottom?
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead and scroll on up.
So we're going to take a look at what this ad looks like in the preview window.
Yep. And so that's...
See, so okay, so you can see where it's says sponsored under my name. It's my own like page. I have the sign up button over on the right hand side. It's got the image there of the peppers, which I'm hoping intrigues people to recognize something they want to try. And then of course the text says, for healthy, family-friendly recipes, register here for my free cookbook. Okay, so we should be good.
So from here you'll go up and you'll click.
I'm going to change this real quick.
Okay.
Maybe. I'm going to make it exciting and add an exclamation point. Okay, so what's next?
You go and click Review Changes.
The big green button.
And that'll give you basically all of the changes that you made today. From here, once you click Continue, that ad will be sent to Facebook for approval to make sure that the images are right and things like that, and that there's not more than 20% text on the images. That's one of the big reasons why ads get denied from Facebook.
Yeah,
so,
my biggest suggestion for you is to use a photo of a recipe that you like from the cookbook, or a picture of you cooking or something like that. You don't necessarily need text on this because you have text in your ad. Okay, so don't worry about putting any text over your images. So we're going to click Continue. And that is it. We're waiting for Facebook to approve it.
Takes about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, usually within a few minutes, I even get an email about it saying that your ad has been approved, and then we're good to go. So then it's up to you at that point to make sure you're checking in with your Power Editor to see how well the ad is going. Do you need to change the copy? Is it not, is it not doing as well as you anticipate? Do you need to adjust your audience? Those are all things that I wish I could give you specifics on, but it's really a matter of you just learning what works and what doesn't work. So I think we're done here.
Yep.
Right?
And if you're using a Google form, the Google form will not send you a notification that someone has filled it out.
Yeah, so we're going to have to, Chris and I are going to have to actively go into our Google form for the free cookbook registration and see who has completed the form. So we're not going to get notifications when people do that. So we're going to have to make sure that we check that each day. And then, of course, when I see that Bobby Joe Wilson has signed up for my cookbook, then I email Bobby Joe Wilson a personal note with the cookbook, and then hopefully even get her to like my Facebook page if she hasn't already. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys, at least setting up your first ad. I recommend doing it with the Freemium Cookbook. As Shalene says, the best thing to do when it comes to running Facebook ads is when you have something of value to give away for free. So if you remember from our team summit, our focus is always on getting people into our circle, getting them into our newsletter list so that they're hearing from us on a constant basis. And that gets them knowing us as a resource for their health and fitness. So it doesn't necessarily always convert to a sale immediately, but it does add more people to our network and add more people to our potential for becoming challengers, customers, and coaches. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and shut her down. And if you have any questions, feel free to let us know. This will exist on our team website in our training section. It'll also exist in the Diamonds in the Rough group, just so you guys can access it frequently. But just know that that's just one example of a Facebook ad. You can do a lot of different types of things. You can run ads for more likes. You can do all sorts of different things. So don't just think that this is your only option. This is just the option we chose to go with to show you today. So hopefully that's helpful. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you soon.